What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here. I am back with another video, and as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about the Leafs' 5-2 win over the Nashville Predators. I believe that was the Nashville Predators' first loss since February 17th or something like that, or February 15th. In their last 15 games, they were 14-0-1, if the numbers that I heard earlier were correct. But man, oh man, the Leafs were way better than they were in the third period against Tampa Bay the other night. My God, I just wanted to forget that game. But 5-2, just to get this off my chest, the refs were god-awful tonight. It was completely one-sided. Terrible officiating once again. Help me out here, Nashville. Refs, it's all your fault. All right, never mind. Whatever. The Leafs won 5-2. Can't complain too much. Nashville Predators fans, your team is absolutely incredible. This was obviously just a bump. The Leafs played really good tonight, so please just let us have this one, okay? Let's go into the goalie stats. First of all, Freddie Anderson, 25 shots against, 2 goals against for 23 saves, and then Pekka Rinne, who is obviously a Vezina contender this year, 28 shots against, 5 goals against for 23 saves. Some of the goals were real nice for the Leafs, and there was a couple fluky ones, so it was just an off night for Pekka Rinne, I guess. But the first period, the Toronto Maple Leafs came out flying. They actually did end up having a power play to start this game. You know, it was a pretty early power play as well, and, you know, the Leafs wanted to get in there and score as early as possible because this Nashville team is so good. James Van Riemsdyk, of course, scores his 34th of the season with that nice little shovel out front that he did. Then it went off a defenseman. I think it could have been Yossi, I'm not sure. But it went through Rinne's legs, I believe, and 1-0 Leafs. Just thank God that the Leafs got on the board real quick because I was really impressed with the way that they played in the first period, and I needed them to get off to a good start against a good Nashville team. This was a huge test. Babcock said before the game, this is a huge test for the Toronto Maple Leafs. If they can win tonight, or if they were to win, which they did, it would be a huge test. It's real good for the Leafs to get that under their belt. But then, the officiating was so bad in the second period. Now, it pretty much was bad all game, but let me just say this, okay? Austin Matthews was out front, and I can't remember who he tripped, or Arvidsson, somebody out front, and he tripped him. So you look at the replay, and Matthews didn't even touch the guy that fell over. I'm not sure who it was, but Matthews was literally just standing there, and Buddy fell over top of him. Like, fell over top of himself pretty much, just tripped. Leafs get a penalty, and I'm like, well, here we go. Nashville scores to tie up the game. Victor Arvidsson, his 27th of the season. That's a brutal call. It's a BS call. The goal should have never happened. That power play should have never happened. BS call. Another call that I thought was hilarious was William Nylander got called for interference or tripping as well in the game. And basically it's like, if the player is here that is tripped or whatever, William Nylander's over here with nobody around him. He didn't even touch nobody. There was nobody even skating near him, and they sent Nylander to the box. So I'm not sure what game that they were watching out there tonight, but again, they were pretty much blind out there. Then the Austin Matthews show starts again. Back in the lineup. Beautiful play there. Put some nice pressure on. Matthews would score his 29th of the season with that nice little toe drag that he does, and he sniped it top corner to make it 2-1 Maple Leafs, and I was like, here we go, finally, let's go. There was a weird, like, numbers thing with the Leafs tonight scoring too, like, Van Riemsdyk scoring his 34th of the year, and then Matthews scoring, and then Matthews scoring his 29th of the year, and then Nylander scored, which I'll get to right now, and it was his 16th of the season. Of like a minute or two after that, it was a weird bounce, and then Nylander would shove it in for his 16th of the season. And keep that number in mind, because we go into the third period, and who else? 9 seconds into the period, I believe, Mitch Marner would score his 20th of the season. That is his number 16, like the Willie goal. So all the numbers were coming together. It was pretty cool. But Marner also unlocked another bonus. I believe it was like $212,500, something like that, for his Series A bonus. Also, one of my buddies downtown, Stephen Brown, had a funny tweet saying that's a lot of Legos that he'll buy. It's like a Leafs inside joke, I guess. I think there was some meme that went around. It's hilarious. But Anyways, then a couple minutes later, Jake Gardiner would walk in and just absolutely throw a bullet at the net. I hate using bullet with all that gun stuff that's going on, but it's just a really nice shot on goal. His 5th of the season. Definitely a fan of Jake Gardiner. I know a lot of people aren't, but that was a nice shot. And then further on into the 3rd period, Scott Hartnell with a nice pass out front. I can't remember if it was Watson or Fisher that passed it, but that would be Hartnell's 13th of the season to make it 5-2. The Leafs would hold on to make it 5-2 and win the game. Not going to go too in-depth on the referees anymore. I know I didn't like it. Good game for the Leafs. They really needed to play good tonight against a good Nashville team who hadn't lost in so long. They were incredible, and they still are. Going into the playoffs, Nashville is easily a contender for the Stanley Cup, and the Leafs got a good test tonight. And maybe Nashville wasn't on their best game, but the Leafs were definitely playing as good as they could. Maybe not as good as they could, but very close to that. And I'm impressed with their performance. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. I also started a Patreon if you want to be a part of that. The link is down below. You don't have to. Just throwing it out there. All my social media is down there too. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.